For more on President-elect Trump's latest nomination, let's bring in today's political panel. With me now is the Managing Director of Alliance Securing Democracy, Rachael Dean Wilson, and Democratic strategist Theron Bond. Welcome to both of you. Much to discuss.
Much indeed.
So, President-elect Trump announcing Kash Patel to be the FBI director. Let's play some of the back and forth on that from earlier today.
Christopher Wray, of course, is a Republican, appointed by a Republican, as he has said. But apparently has demonstrated too much independence and objectivity in the job for Donald Trump.
There are serious problems at the FBI. The American public knows it. They expect to see sweeping change, and Kash Patel is just the type of person to do it.
What is your assessment, Theron?
He's just another Trump loyalist. And this is not about, or should not be about, being loyal to President-elect Trump. This should be about what is best and who is going to be loyal to the American public. There are people that exist in America that didn't vote for President-elect Trump. So what about what that means for representation for those folks? And if I remember correctly, wasn't Kash Patel an election denier? Wasn't he really big on the whole stop the steal election? So what does that mean for somebody who's leading one of our highest agencies in this land?
Rachael, is there any surprise President-elect Trump wants a shakeup at the FBI?
I mean, of course he wants a shakeup. You know, we've heard that on the campaign trail time and again. I think the real question here is what will the Senate actually confirm Kash Patel for this position? And I think that's a question mark. We've heard from a few Republican senators on Sunday shows this morning about what they believe, but we haven't heard from them all, and that is a question mark. And I would put him at the top of the list of those big Senate confirmation question marks for some of these more controversial nominees.
All right, fascinating. We'll follow it. So on Thursday, we expect Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on Capitol Hill to talk about making government more efficient. What are you expecting of that, Theron?
Not much. I mean, there is quite a bit of concern about how they run their own companies, and rightfully so. And so what this needs to do is we need to show that this is going to best serve the American public. So far, it looks like it is only serving them. I mean, we see Elon Musk can't even leave Mar-a-Lago for 5 seconds. He's practically set up camp with President-elect Trump. So I'm not quite sure that he is connected enough to the community to be able to make a decision as great as he'll need to have at that level.
You were a big-time Senate staffer back in the day for McCain and Senator Kyle. How much pressure is there on Capitol Hill to deliver on this Trump promise, making government more efficient?
There is a lot of pressure on Capitol Hill right now. We were talking a little bit earlier about what a moment this year I think is going to be for the Senate. But on this government efficiency point, I think Congress has a really important role to play. Because it's one thing to kind of look at the departments and go through the budget and propose these big cuts. It's another thing to say, okay, how will that impact my constituents? And if Congress doesn't put their constituents first and they get that wrong, there will be repercussions. And so that voice is going to be really important in making a reform agenda actually work for people.
All right, to the Democratic Party election fallout. Former Congressman Tim Ryan, the great state of Ohio, talked about it earlier. Let's play him.
Our brand is toxic in so many places, and it's like, you're a Democrat? Like, that's the stuff we get, like, in Ohio. And so we need a complete reboot. We need a complete reboot with the DNC. We need a complete rebranding. We got to get back established into our values. What does it mean to be a Democrat?
Theron, is it time for a reboot?
Absolutely. Throw it all away, start completely over. We can't grow our share of the pie, which is what he mentioned in another part of that clip, until those who have help the have less and the have not, so that everybody can thrive together. That's not what we're seeing so far. We need a new DNC chair that's going to be bold and courageous. So far, those who are vying for it are not the ones. They still seem very establishment. It's not going to bode well with the most progressive side of the party. Republicans have staked their claim in their party and drawn strong distinctions. The Democratic Party needs to do the same thing as well. We've got to have a big comeback in 2026 leading up to 2028. So far with what I've seen, it's not going to get it. Probably need to listen to people more like me, more progressive people, the people that were shouting it to the top of their lungs, what they could do to improve the election cycle this year. If they listen to those folks, they might get some wins.
Any surprise that they're soul searching after this election?
Not surprised that they're soul searching, and I don't want to let Democrats off the hook. But I will say, within both of our political parties in the United States, we are seeing kind of this hollowing out and getting kind of more extreme. And I think the real trick of politics in the next, if we can look at the decade instead of the week ahead, is going to be finding a way to engage the political middle, not just to turn out every 4 years because it's the most important election of their lives, but to actually be engaged in politics and help govern. Because if we have people who are disengaging because it's too much, that is a bad spot for the United States.
Okay, so a play for the center.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Rachael Dean Wilson, Theron Bond, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.